Yeah, so the Yankees are back on the win column after a rough week last week. They took a game 6-3 against the Detroit Tigers, and we got a couple of bright spots. Let's go over the bright spots. Welcome to the live stream. Shout out to everybody who's always joining it. Appreciate you. What's up, Sean Brownings in the house? Um, yeah, Norwood. I got a little scary there, but he worked himself out of the jam there. I mean, bases loaded jam too. But top of the first inning, Detroit roughed up Severino, who did settle down. They scored two off of him in the first, and Josh Johnson won his first home run of the day in the fourth inning to make it 2-1. And then fresh back from the World Baseball Classic, Gleyber Torres tied it at 2-2 with a single. Josh Johnson another 460-foot home run to put him up 5-2, a 3-run bomb, and then Willie Calhoun with an RBI ground out to make it 6-2 Yankees. And then Gage Workman made it 6-3 with an RBI double, and that's how it ended 6-3. Now pitching box score, let's get to it here. Okay, Luis Severino 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts in 74 pitches. So it's a good performance today. Pretty solid performance by him. He's working his way up. Strikeout totals are up. His velocity was better. His command was better. Clay Holmes, dominant, clean inning, 2 strikeouts. Loaiziga, dominant, another inning, 3 strikeouts. Wandy Peralta, also 1 hit in a good inning as well. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, clean. And then James Norwood did give up 3 hits and 1 run in 2 innings, but yeah, he did have 3 strikeouts, including the last one to end the game. So the Yankees took the game 6-3. But again, star of the day was clearly Josh Donaldson. Volpe got a nice double. IKF had a nice day too, but Josh Donaldson was it. And it's nice to actually say that because I'm sure he wants to shut up the haters who can always dish it to him but can't take it back in return. So good for him. Good for him. I don't know if it's enough to sway people's confidence, but it's nice when they have a day like that. So shout out to everybody who's got NFE's in the house. Dominique's in the house. Franchise. What's up, baby? Train. What's up, brother? G-Man is in the house. Anthony Gutierrez is in the house. Jonathan's here too, man. What is good, gang? What is good? Celebrating this Yankees 6-3 win. Back on the win column, which is kind of nice. Sevy needs a little bit of time, but this was an encouraging. He got roughed up his first couple of starts, so this was a nice step in the other direction. He got 4 pretty good innings, 9 strikeouts. That was very encouraging, and his velocity was up, and so his best start so far this spring, that's for sure. So that I'll take. So yeah, it's an encouraging sign. So exactly, and then again, we can see some more a little bit more consistency from Donaldson. That would be nice. He was hitting under the Mendoza line. I'm sure today put him over the Mendoza line, but still, we need some kind of consistency with that bat. But even with the interview with Medvedev Marakovich towards the end of the game, he's acting a little bit more just poised and mature and experienced. So that was nice to see. I didn't see, and he didn't pimp walk either one of those home runs. He didn't bat flip or anything like that. So it was nice to see also. And I looked for those things as well today. So tonight, Japan plays the U.S. in the World Baseball Classic final, which will be a good game. It should be. I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be like 8-7 or 8-6 or something like that. But we'll see, right? We'll see. Making a cameo from Minnesota. Welcome, Samurai. Making a cameo from Minnesota. What's up, my man? What is good, Samurai? Sevy usually starts telling. Yeah, I like seeing outings like this from guys like Severino. So, and Rodon is inching his way back too. Nestor Cortez still has to continually build up his arm strength and his endurance. So, heading in the right direction. And Clark Schmidt looking pretty good too. So, I'm happy. And once you get Rodon back in here, once Cole's rocking and rolling, I feel a heck of a lot better when the 2 co-aces are steady at the top. That's for sure, and consistent. So, franchise all in for trade. I'm telling you, the easiest way to get Volpe on this roster is by moving Torres and moving IKF. It's the easiest way to do it. So, how else are you going to do it? That's the only way I see it happening. But we'll see what happens. And then there's talk about Peraza maybe not being. I don't really know how he would not be the starting shortstop. His batting average may not be super high right now, and Volpe's might be high. But I don't know, man. And Peraza's an elite defense. I want both of them in this lineup, honestly. Both of them. But we'll see what these guys do. We have 9 days. We are in single digits now to opening day. 9 days left, baby. Whew. Loving it, loving it. Um, yeah, I mean, IKF him, and he's taking the move to utility like a champ. He's adjusting. He's like a pro. He's like a pro. What else can you say? Yeah, Oswaldo Cabrera's higher ceiling. We know that, but it can't hurt having two utility guys there. Can't hurt. So I'll take it. But I mean, believe me, if they have the opportunity to move them for a decent return, I think the Yankees will do it. IKF and Torres, I think so. Donaldson can be a key to the decision in Yankee season. Pittsburgh, the pitching in the USA is not. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game. So, if I'm the Team USA, I'm not celebrating any point in time early or anything like that because the Japan always comes back. They are a very good team. Japan. They are not a team to laugh at, man. So they've won the last two World Baseball Classics too, and they're in the finals for third straight time. So why haven't pipe behind the plate? I don't think they're going to do that at this point. His defense wasn't bad behind the plate, but they have enough catching depth, even with the injuries. The only person left is Kyle Higashioka, and he'll be back after tonight's game. So they'll have another catcher. Their pro back here. So I think he has more versatility and probably more value on the basis or on a position IKF. But again, that's just my opinion. So um, same here, Sunil. I remain cautiously optimistic too. Yeah, they could have a slow start. They might not have a slow start. Either way, I think that they'll get a nice shift in momentum when all the guys come back. So I appreciate that feedback, Sunil. Which it makes sense, dude. It makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a service time thing with Opie or not, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's being considered. I just don't know. We'll see. I just but again, I mean, again, I don't see the point in bringing him up if he's not going to play on a regular basis. It's pointless. It's pointless. So we'll see what they do. My pleasure, Danny. Yes, thanks for the kind words, bro. You know I will, man. It's gonna keep coming, man. It's gonna keep coming. No, yeah. I mean, it's nice to see. Just want to see a little bit more consistency with the bat. He's still very, very good off defensively. That's for sure. So, but consistency is the key. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tom. Absolutely right, man. If we get a little bit higher, a little bit higher batting average, a little bit better on base percentage, and we might get a decent production out of him for a lot of money. I mean, I don't think we're going to get $25 million worth out of him, but if it's better than last year, I'll take that. So, and this is the thing too, Billy. Yes, in face of all the injuries, we need a healthy DJ, and a healthy DJ is generally a productive DJ. So, and he's one of the fire starters of this offense. So, we definitely need him to be there and produce. 100%, Billy. I could not agree with you more. Could not agree with you more. So, Ortega, I mean, he's got a shot. Hicks isn't doing himself any favor defensively. He's hitting 300 offensively, but I mean, okay, very quietly hitting 300, but he is. But his defensively is his defensive play is leaving quite a bit to be desired still. So we'll see. You know, I don't know. Um, Yankees won't be on the roster opening day. Jonathan, you asking who I think won't be on the roster opening day? Oh, Volpe won't be. There's a good chance that Volpe won't be on the roster. I mean, somebody put out this retweet say today that the Yankees said that they told him that he was not told by the people today that he made opening day. They're not going to tell him a week early, 2 weeks early, a week early. They're not going to do that, especially a guy who's going to go right down to the wire. It was just like it's the same baloney when people put out that Trout was demanding to be traded to the Yankees and we were going to get Acuna from these people who that's clickbait junk. So, and I wouldn't take any of that stuff seriously. So, he was not told today by his team that he's made the team yet, not yet. So, do we think he has to? Yeah, he probably should. So, but we'll see. We'll see. That's it. It's going to go right down to probably the last day or so. The decision with guys like Volpe and because they're rookies, they haven't made it up here yet. So those decisions generally come pretty late. See, that's just the way that it is, unfortunately. So, but I get people's frustration by it. I'm sure they would if they can. If they have an opportunity, if they find a trade partner for Hicks, I'm sure they'll probably take advantage of it. Jonathan, I'm with you there. So yeah, players want him to break camp, but that doesn't mean that's only going to get him so far. Because what are they going to do? They're not going to say like we want you to trade. I can't. We want you to trade Torres because those are the two most reasonable paths to get Volpe on this roster. They're not going to say that. But yeah, it's nice to see teammates wanting him here. A lot of folks and a lot of fans do too. But there's Donaldson's not blocking him, so other people Hicks isn't blocking him. So, I think it's important for folks to keep that in mind. So, um, there's a remote. I mean, not a great chance time they'll DFA Hicks because he got 3 years of salary left. I think they're gonna want to move him so that somebody could eat some of the contract. But you never know, man. You really never know. They could surprise us all. Jefferson's in the house. What's good, my man? Alan Landsman. What's my friend? What's good? Couldn't hit it like against Turnbull. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that happens. No roster decision has been made yet. No, I mean, they might they might option some people out. And in fact, let's take a look right now in case anything happens. And if it does, then you'll be the first ones to know. Let's have a look. I'll go right to there and see if the Yankees have put out anything to see if they've optioned anybody out right after the game because it usually happens right after the game. Uh, let's see. Nothing yet. Let's see. No, nothing yet. No, no, they haven't made any moves yet. Any cuts? Any cuts yet? So we'll see. We'll see. Extra overwhelming contingency on the team in his corner. Not necessarily, Sunil. Cashman does not listen to outside noise. This dude is straight up. That's the difference. I mean, he's an X factor that's a little different here. And again, he's not going to just say, "Oh, the guys wanted him, so I'm going to make it even harder for the rest of the roster." He won't do that, Cashman. That's it's frustrating, but it's also like it's impressive too. He doesn't listen to outside noise, which is crazy. But this dude is gangster, man. He's straight up gangster. So another clickbait flows. Oh yeah, I mean it's just I don't take these people seriously, Sean Browning. They're not worth the time. It is clickbait junk. It is clickbait junk just to get attention and get views and blah blah blah. It's not accurate, so that's temporary stuff. You know what I mean? That's just it's baloney. Unless he says something, I mean, I can't see it. Cole will be like 34 at the time when he opts out, and he'll still have 4 years left or four. And I don't know if he'll be able to top whatever he's making already. So I hope the Yankees win a World Series with him. I'll tell you that. I hope he wins a Cy Young here. I'll tell you that too. Um, your Geiger counter is going to go off. It's not there. But you saw players like Soto. Yeah, Juan Soto's a generational player too, Sunil. I get what you're saying, but he's not Soto yet. Soto's a whole different, you know. G's a generational player. Volpe's not a generational player just yet. It's going to be a special player. But I totally get what you're saying, Sunil. But how are they going to do it? I mean, how would you do it, Sunil? How would you put him on the roster? And who would you sit? It's not going to be IKF because IKF doesn't play second base. So who would you sit? DJ or Torres? And why? I mean, let's just be real about it, right? That's the question that's the toughest one. That's the toughest question. No, I would keep Cole no matter what, man. Cole's the ace of this team. Being the general manager of a team, you have to tune out. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Exactly, NFA. Exactly, and we know better than most that Cashman's not influenced by that stuff. So it's one reason why he's been here for 25 years. He takes the hits for the people who aren't willing to take the hits, like Hal and the rest of Randy. Those guys hide behind everything, and he takes the punches and elects and gets all the hate. So, not saying he's the perfect because he's not, but you know, he's there's no other GM that's been there for 25 years in the same tenure. So, it's crazy. But yeah, Yeah, I mean, all the GMs too, so learn to be idiotic at times. No doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. No doubt. I would be still going after Matt Reynolds. I mean, Brian Reynolds too, Matt. I would still be doing it. Yes, it does, NFE. It speaks volumes. Yes. I mean, he's got more World Series champs than any GM. So he's got more wins in the 25-year period than any GM, regular season and postseason. So it does speak for something. And half of that time, he was overruled by Randy or Hank at the time or George. So it's just, you know, he also helped talk them out of trading Jeter and Rivera for Felix Fermin and someone else. He helped them talk them out of doing that. So Astros fans are right. Yeah, they are. They are. A couple of regulars: Judge, Volpe, DJ, Donaldson. I'm not sure who's competing. I mean, I watch it, but I just don't know the card yet for WrestleMania. So I don't watch it the way I used to watch it because it's not as much fun. But I still, I mean, I keep it. I keep tabs on it. That's for sure. Rodon by the end of April, maybe the early May. Jonathan Rodon, yeah, yeah. But again, I mean, I want. I mean, I want to know what you think, Sunil. Who are we going to sit to play Volpe? That plays second. That's the key. I mean, in my opinion. So, and let me know other folks. I mean, what are your opinions? Let me know. Yeah, I mean, it's aggressive vibe. It's a more focused, better plate discipline. 100%, showing 100%. Yeah, Randy Levine is like a weasel. I can't stand Randy Levine. Honestly, Billy, I can't stand him, brother. Ugh. Yeah, he probably will retire Yankee. Cashman, Gary. I agree. Shabby spring. That's all right. I take Dominguez or I wouldn't take Ortega. I would still take Brian Reynolds because of what he has, what the Yankees need. Space running acumen to be a good leadoff hitter. If they decide not to do him, Dominguez is not better than Brian Reynolds. Mm-mm. He's not better than Brian Reynolds. He might be a couple years from now, but a couple years from now is not now. You want to win now? He's the now guy. And so a lot of guys have slow springs. A lot of them. Stanton's had a slow spring, but a lot of them. E Corp, thank you for the DM. I mean, for Super Chat, I appreciate that. Feeling your gut, 2020. I mean, don't apologize for it. I think a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people felt that way last year. A lot of people are, you're going to be fourth place if you don't sign Correa and Freddie Freeman. So you get that from all the fans, other content creators. It is, that's what people feel sometimes, and it's totally okay. I get it, man. I get it. But the aggressive vibe, yeah. I mean, the energy's different when Volpe and Peraza are in it at the same time. That's for sure. No. I mean, if they stuck with Ortega and it worked, then great. So whatever they do, I hope it works. But they haven't made a decision clearly in left field yet. So Torres should be sat for Volpe. Well, I wouldn't sit him. I would trade him. What's the point of sitting Torres? And doesn't have trade value. I would trade him, get something back, and enjoy address another position, and then clear the path for Volpe. I'm not going to sit their best second baseman for their best second base prospect. So I don't know if it'd be a good baseball decision. Jennifer, thank you so much. Now my in-laws for a bit because I'm getting my work done on my house. So getting an addition put on my house. So we are out of the off the grid right now. Off the grid. But thank you very much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. It's nice woods background and everything. So it's a pretty background. I just don't go outside because there's too many bees. They have those bee colony things. They raise them. Not a bee guy. No, thank you. So I stay out. So I go outside in the morning when it's cold out. If I'll do a video, as long as it's cold, the bees are not out. Otherwise, I'm inside doing it. Can't do it. No. Yeah, I would rather trade Torres than sit him. It doesn't make any sense to sit him. Yep. Same thing. And if he's same thing, bro. It is a tough choice to make. But yeah, I mean, but if you want to make room for Anthony Volpe, that's what you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to trade players. So it doesn't become a recurring problem, So, but yeah, that aggressive drive, Sunil's absolutely right, man. We need that aggressive vibe around this team, man. And I'm seeing it more now. It's more focused. It's more just aggressive. It's more hungry, and that's the type of feel I like around this team. So I'm hoping that they continue that attitude. I really do. So that's why I think it'd be wise to play some of these players. You know, Rizzo's age, and yeah, I mean Chaparro is the likely, yeah, exactly. So Chaparro is the likely replacement temporarily, at least short term, for Rizzo that is already in town, so already in house. So I know people are clamoring for what's the guy's name, Murakama from Japan, who can play third or first, and blah blah blah. But like that's he can't even opt out for 3 more years. So I don't even want to go down that road right now because there's a chance he might not opt out. So it's nice to think of, but I'd rather think of when it's more a possibility. So we just don't know yet. Pirates don't need Torres. Well, I mean, I don't know who plays second base for them. I mean, they don't need Peraza because they have O'Neal Cruz at shortstop. So and they don't need Volpe. At least I don't think. But they're going to ask for whoever they can get. That's for sure. So, well, they'll have to move. They'll have to shift some payroll, no doubt about it, Jonathan. But Reynolds is not on a huge salary either. He's not on a huge salary, so that's key. That definitely helps. But again, until it happens, we don't know. So, yeah, I like John Flaherty, man. I like John Flaherty. Also a good backup catcher here too. Mm. Oh man, Sunil's got to be considered, right? If Johnson, if he shits the bed, then you DFA in favor of Shaki. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to think about it. Absolutely, Sunil. Or you DFA or release it. You just move on. Clean slate. You have to pay. They have to pay a salary one way or another. I don't think they're gonna trade him. Nobody's gonna want him. So just expect to pay the salary. And if he doesn't pan out, then you get your part. If you get more production, but you're paying the same salary, it's a net gain for the year. So, and you know, I would just take that. And then next year you won't have that $25 million on the books. I met Flaherty too, Jonathan, spring training. I took my mom down for her 65th birthday to spring training. Went to a couple games, and I met Flaherty. We met was a couple other guys. We met Jack Curry and a few others, and they were really cool, really cool. Just at the hotel. They were at the hotel bar, so it was pretty neat. Rosters, Rizzo. So I mean, this is exactly. Alan, this is one reason why I want Brian Reynolds too, because he's a switch hitter. So, and I'd rather have him in there over Hicks. And if you have him, you can lead him off. And then you can put DJ second. You put Judge at third, and then Rizzo fourth, and Stanton at fifth. Like it's a different dynamic for the lineup. But yeah, yeah. Again, if they're going to add payroll to a trade, I'm guessing they're going to shed payroll in a trade too. They trade IKF, they'll move payroll. They trade Torres, they're going to move payroll. So one way or another, they'll still cut payroll. So, and it doesn't really matter what the payroll is at the beginning of the year. It matters what it is at the end. So if they're under 290 at the end, then they've accomplished the goal of not going over the Cohen threshold. So Mercy, yeah, Vert Mercer was solid. He was solid, man. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Alan, I'm with you. I'm with you on the construction of the roster. I mean, I'm happy to see some guys playing better. But I'm also happy to see production of some of these young kids. And I mean, it's hard to not be excited right now. It really is. Rodolfo Castro. Ooh, what did I miss? I don't know where I'll find it. Oh, Rodolfo Castro is likely pirate. Okay, Matt. Okay. If you all recall the videos the Yankees put out when Nestor Trevino Holmes made I can picture my mind in a video scenario with Volpe. They let him break. Maybe. I mean, there's still a chance he could break, but it hasn't been announced yet. It has not been announced yet, so we'll see. I still think they're going to move somebody before opening day. Who? I don't know. Appreciate that again, Z Corp. Thank you again. What do you think of Dwight Gooden? He was fantastic. I was at his no hitter in '90. Was it '96? When he played Seattle Mariners. I was at that game. It was awesome. Good resurrection for him. Good resurrection for him with Darryl Strawberry too with the Yankees. So they both helped them win championships. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, man, I'm a big Spencer Jones fan. He's still a year or so away, but I would watch out for him too. Big lefty. He's from Vanderbilt, so he's got much more. He's more seasoned, so he's fundamentally probably closer to the major leagues. So than a lot of other prospects. Yeah, I mean Volpe. I mean he's aggressive on the pass. He's aggressive at the plate. He's just. I mean he's 5 tool to me. He's 5 tool to me. So high baseball IQ. He's a gritty player. So he's the type of guy that be wise to keep him around if you can figure out a way to make it work. And you figure out a way to make it work. So yeah, I mean Severino had a rough first inning, and then he settled down. And, he blasted these guys. So 9 strikeouts in 4 innings. I'll take it. I will take it. So most definitely, no team is going to help in by trading off right. I don't know, Andrew. You might be right. I don't know. I mean, the not St. Louis Cardinals now need a shortstop. The Dodgers still need one. There's a couple other teams too. So you never know. You never know. And that's the key. Oh, 95. 95. Nah, Spencer Jones. He might be. You might be right there too, Jonathan. Yes, he could get a call up in 23. He could most definitely get a call up. No. Yeah, that's the problem right now. It's not a lack of performance by Volpe. It's a lack of roster room. And they have to move. They have to move him. And Peraza. I mean, I see Peraza at a different position. Yeah, I see Peraza at shortstop. I see Volpe at second base, but we don't know what these guys are going to do. I mean, moving towards an IKF would be bold, but it would free up second base for Volpe and free up shortstop for Peraza. I don't want to choose between the two. I want to have both on this team at the same time, both in the lineup, both on the roster. So and let them feed off each other. Let them build a nice duo for next decade, man. I mean, I would love for that to happen, but we'll see if the Yankees feel the same way. We just don't know, right? No. I'm probably one of those teams, Mo. Yeah, probably one of those teams. LA, Seattle, St. Louis, something like that for IKF. Yeah, Mo. I mean, that's the guess right now. I mean, I'm sure there's other teams come out of nowhere too, the Rockies or whoever. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really curious. No, Spencer Jones does have some Paul O'Neill tendencies. He does. He does. Sunil. Make moves no matter how you supposed to. Yeah, exactly, man. There's several moves that this team still needs to make out. 100%, dude. 100%. So they could be temporary moves. They could be. We don't know. We just don't know right now. Adjustments. A judge. Yeah, I mean, he made Stanton made adjustments. Donaldson made adjustments. IKF made adjustments. IKF also put on like 15 pounds of muscle this offseason. So guys have made some fundamental and physical changes to their not only play but their size and their physique. So, and sometimes those are necessary beasts that have to happen. So to make them better, you know what I mean? No. Why does he always make trades with the Mariners? I mean, he has a good trading relationship with them, Lorenzo. I mean, he does. Yep. I like how Judge makes adjustments and get better. Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, I think Judge. I think Judge will have another good year, and he'll be competing for another MVP this year. I really feel that way. So, but we'll see. We'll wrap it up in like 2 minutes. Just keep it at a half an hour. I actually have to go get some medicine for my daughter who's got an ear infection. So, but yeah, he's got a good relationship with them, Lorenzo. He does, Cashman. One reason he makes trades with those teams on a regular. So they just fit well. I mean, they have, I guess, a similar mindset. So whereas opposed to them trading with the Dodgers, it's a different philosophy. It's just a different trading. And again, every GM has a different drafting and trading philosophy and development philosophy. So it's finding those that he aligns with, and seems to be a lot of them seem to be on those teams. At least right now. At least right now, that could obviously change. So Judge has been solid this offseason. He's been solid this offseason, Judge. He's done what he needs to do. So, um, yeah. But again, it's just springtime. It's springtime, you know. It's springtime. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, and Jonathan too. So, happy birthday, dude! If today's your birthday, happy birthday, bro. Very doubtful, Sunil. Very doubtful. He's just historically has traded a lot with the Twins, so but I doubt. He'll do that again soon. At least right now, not with what he needs and what they have. At least I don't think so. So we'll see. Yeah, shout out to Jonathan. Happy birthday, bro. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's for some reason those teams have what the Yankees need when they need it. It's I don't know how it fits as often it does, but you know, would I bring back? Probably not at this point. What Matt? I mean, if they did, would I be upset? No, but I think they have enough in house, whether it be Matt Crook or Nick Ramirez or Jimmy Cordero, and some of these other guys. I don't think they need to go spend millions on Zach Britton. He was solid here, but he's been hurt too much the last couple of years. So again, I think they have enough in the minors right now, and which they'll be fine in the bullpen. I think so. But that yeah, I mean, so really, 62 runs. I say I want to improve and help the team. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, can't fault the guy for wanting to get better even after last season. So can't fault him. So and the shift is gone. So I mean, it's going to help other players too. But I mean, happy. Everybody, people are happy that Judge is around. I'm happy that Judge is around. So I think he's going to be very valuable for this team for the foreseeable future, for the next several years. Majority of this 9-year deal. So I hope it's the whole tenure of the contract. That's for sure. But we'll see. But let me wrap this up, gang. Appreciate y'all coming on. Yankees take the game 6-3 back on the win column. Okay, we'll keep recapping. If they make some roster moves today, tonight, whatever, you'll get it here. If anybody's here that hasn't hit the like button, please smash that like button. It's greatly appreciated. If anybody is here that hasn't subscribed to the channel, hopefully you enjoy enough to do that. You'll always be up in the front of the line knowing what's going on in Yankee land. So, and we put out accurate news, put out honest news, and that's the way it is. We tell it like it is here. But yeah, and happy birthday, Jonathan. Have a great day, everybody. Peace and love to all of you. Appreciate all of your support, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.